right, everybody, welcome to MJ Make My Day, and we're streaming live from New Jersey. Okay, one day you came to me, freed me from misery. I touch your music and you start to feel so happy, makes me jump up and down. You know my heart gets heavy each time I'm with you. I'm just so happy I met you. Happy, I'm feeling so happy. I'm gonna go happy. What make me so happy? Can't you see I'm happy now? Whoa, oh, 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 no, 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 whoa, oh, 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 no, 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 no. One day you said to me, happy is where I wanna be. One plus one makes it two, that it was me and you. Each time we make love, until the day I met you, all my dreams come true. I'm just so happy I met you. Happy, I'm feeling so happy. I'm gonna go happy. I'm gonna be happy. Can't you see I'm happy now? Oh, 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 no, 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 oh, 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 no, 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 oh, 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 no, 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 oh, 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 no, 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 oh, oh, no, 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 I know I want to be happy one day with you now. I want to be happy with you, my baby, my baby, baby, my baby. Happy, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy. Can't you see I'm happy now? Oh, 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 oh. All right, thank you very much. At syempre po, live na live yung pong napapanood ng MJ Make My Day. Tuloy-tuloy po tayo. Again, welcome po to MJ Make My Day. And my name is MJ. Tayo po ay live nyo napapanood. Dito po yan sa New Jersey. Kaya naman, umpisahan na po natin ang kasiyahan. Again, for those who just tune in and you're watching us live over on a Facebook, of course, sa MJ Make My Day, and of course, sa Usapang Kalye. Welcome po, magandang gabi po sa mga nanonood dito po sa USA and also sa Canada. At siyempre naman, sa Pilipinas, hindi natin makakalimutan, magandang umaga po. Thank you very much po for tuning in to MJ Make My Day. Pwede po kayo makijoin sa amin live na live. All you have to do is to message us. Ayan. Maraming salamat kay Joy Grace Domingo na nanonood ngayon. Joy Grace Domingo Medina, thank you very much for watching. At syempre, yung kanina pa mga nakasama natin, pagkitin natin yan. Si Christian Gargua is watching right now. Sharon Cabello is also watching. Okay? Si Russell Romas, thank you very much, Russell. At kay Mr. K ng Kalye Solution, Usapang Kalye, Kalinanix, maraming salamat po for always supporting MJ Make My Day. At syempre, sa Radio 107.1 FM, kay Master Owo, at syempre kay Brother Ralph Rim Nang from China. Welcome to MJ Make My Day. At syempre sa YouTube, sa mga nakatune in po sa atin, maraming salamat po. Alright. Ano po ba ang pag-uusapan natin yan? Very exciting pang pag-uusapan natin. We're going to talk about money matters, lalo na po ngayon na ang pandemic at talaga namang ramdam na ramdam po sa, hindi lamang sa US, hindi sa buong mundo po. Alright. Okay, thank you very much, Jay. Joy Grace Domingo Medina. It's my pleasure. Welcome and thank you very much for supporting us, okay? Tsaka syempre kay Jim Boyan who's also watching Usapang Kalye Facebook. Ayan, maraming salamat po. Ako po muli si MJ. At syempre, huwag niyo pong kalimutan na please like, i-comment, and syempre, i-subscribe niyo na rin po yung ating YouTube channel, ang MJ Make My Day YouTube channel. Ano bang aabangan nila? This coming Sunday, almost forgot. Tayo po ay, we are very fortunate to be part of the big event dito po sa Tri-State. I would like to say hi to Jevelyn De Leon and Annie Laideros. And also kay Sishi and Zanzales Mentoya. Thank you very much for watching. Kay Francisco Junior Coronel. Thank you very much for watching. Kay Aliana Marie Belos, who's also watching. Ayan, kung gusto maki-join sa amin. Kay King Gabriel De Guzman and Arnel Osuna. Thank you very much. Ako, ang dami nating viewers talaga sa ating kalye natin, kalye 11. Maraming salamat, Mr. Ket. Siyempre, tuwing Lunes po, alas 9 ng gabi hanggang alas 11 ng gabi dito po sa Eastern Time, yan, sa USA at saka sa Canada. Meron po akong show, ang MJ Make My Day, TikTok with MJ Make My Day. Ito naman po ay sa Rainbow 107.1, your #1 online radio station. Ayan, marami tayong pwedeng patiin ngayon. I would like to say also hi to Martina Marquesa Fernandez. Thank you very much for supporting MJ Make My Day. Pakilike mo naman yung YouTube channel natin, MJ Make My Day YouTube channel. And also kay Ranfield, who's also watching us. Gina Villanueva, San Mateo, and Cunella Hermios are also watching. Kay Susan Cadion. Ayan, kung meron kayong shout-out, greetings, or kung meron kayong gustong batiin, babatiin natin yan. Thank you very much also kay Tirado Mitch Cassandra, who's also watching right now. Okay. So tuloy-tuloy po tayo and I would like to welcome everyone. At syempre, hindi natin kakalimutan yung sa ating Facebook page. Ayan, buksan natin. Ayan, buti na lamang natuto ako nito for, this is our 16th episode, yung technical aspect ng ating show. Ngayon pa lang natutunan. So, panoorin natin tong, ayan, sa mga nag-live ngayon, thank you very much po. At syempre, sa mga sumusunod po sa atin, I would like to, ayan, basahin natin yung mga comment. Kay Mr. Dennis Barbaran Quezon. Ayan, thank you very much, sir, for watching us. All right, ayan. Okay, ayan. So, para makita natin yung kanilang mga comment, okay? All right. So, ayan po. You can also send us a message over YouTube at pwede kayo mag-chat kay Mr. Dennis Barbaran Quezon, kay boss. Boss ko yan when I was working for another company when I was still in the Philippines. At syempre, yung mga nakalimutan natin, sino ba ito? Nabati na natin si Bradfield, I hope, si Gio Villanueva San Mateo, si Susan, syempre, Cabion, Berardo Mix Cassandra, Richard Baterna, Jennifer Gituba, Marilu De Hilio, they're also watching, J.P. Vega, Arnel Gavitan, and Daisy Del Rosario. Ayan. Okay, so, sino pa ang mga pwede nating batiin dito? Mag-comment lamang po kayo. Muli, I would like to ask everybody to please like and subscribe MJ Make My Day on YouTube. Okay, tuloy-tuloy na tayo. What do you think is the most important things to do with your money during the coronavirus outbreak? Nako, lahat naman tayo naapektuhan yan. Hindi lamang po ang Amerika, kundi buong mundo. Naapektuhan ang ating ekonomiya. So the coronavirus has officially been declared a pandemic by the World Health Organization, bringing instability not just in the US economy, but also in other countries around the world. A lot of people are actually in that situation. So, the COVID-19 pandemic has taken root in nearly every country on the globe, upending personal and economic lives. 6 months into the crisis, some countries have managed to control new cases, while in others, the spread remains rampant. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ito. while many other countries naman reopen their economies. Kailangan natin yan para hindi naman tayo masyado mahirapan, allowing a cautious return to work. Nagbalik ka na tayo sa trabaho, playing an economic life. May mga restaurants na nga po na bukas. I believe in New York City, 25% po ang capacity ngayon. Pinapayagan na po nila. And also, the pandemic seems likely to remain a fact of life for the foreseeable future. A lot of people are shaking their heads. Kasama po ko dyan, si MJ, wanting to know what is there to be doing, worried about what the instability could mean for your money. Ayan. Kaya naman, kailangan nating malaman yan. All right. And I would like to say hi to Jonathan Capistrano also, who's watching right now. At syempre, batiin muna natin bago ko ipakilala ating guest. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Alright, kay JJ De Vega, kay Arnel Gabata, and Daisy De Rosario, thank you very much for watching. Kay RJ Nombrado, who's also watching right now. Jack Roberto and Lorna Cisneros are also watching. Lorna, maraming salamat po. Kay Cynthia Salcedo and Mark Cesar Castro, who are also watching right now. Sam Medina, thank you very much. Ednaldo Monesit, thank you. Preciosa Velasco Montes, thank you very much for watching. Kay Eugene, thank you. Kay Orly, and of course, kay Sherry Wilford Bayeles. All right, so our special guest for tonight's program is a licensed financial professional. He is a 20 plus years, wow, as a financial consultant and educator on proper investments. Ensure proper insurance for individuals and businesses. His business expertise is on capital financing with business acquisitions and mergers, commercial real estate acquisitions, refinance, especially multifamily, new construction financing, and debt structuring, restructuring. He also has a powerful background in investment banking, commercial business, retail banking, business consulting, and business development. His deep knowledge of 7 industries, coupled with his close business and financing relationships nationally and worldwide, make him an invaluable asset. Our host, our guest for this evening, at tatawagin natin co-host na rin, dahil siya ang ating makakausap, is passionate about providing the best solutions and services to his clients and teammates. This passion fuels his relentless work ethics, competitiveness, and success. He also partners well with brokers and other industry professionals to accomplish the goals of the clients. At ang motto niya, let's get it together and let's get it done together. Okay? Everyone, please help me welcome on MJ Make My Day, my friend who is also a seasoned host of different Filipino and American festivals in New Jersey, New York, and North Carolina. Help me welcome Mr. Jay Capistrano. All right. Thank you very much, Jay. How are you doing tonight? Standing ovation, right?
I feel like I should be, I should have a crown for that. So thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, my brother MJ.
All right. Well, you deserve it. You deserve it. Yeah. Habang binabasa ko yung introduction ko sa'yo, talaga namang I'm feeling like nagtatayo yung mga balihin. Oh, wow, ano. Goosebump to. Ayan, tama-tama. Pero ang goosebump po na pinag-uusapan natin, hindi nalalapit sa celebration ng iba dyan na who's celebrating another event for the 31st. Ang goosebump po sinasabi ko, kung ano po yung matututunan natin for tonight with Mr. Jay Capistrano. So, are you ready, Jay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sige. All right. So, kagaya po na sinabi ko sa Kalyonatics, Kalye Onse, if you have some questions related to money matters, at syempre sa YouTube and on Facebook, please feel free to join our conversation. All you have to do is to message me. At syempre, I will try my best na itanong natin yan. At syempre, ang ating educator, can I call you educator? Also? All right. Professor. Professor. All right, Mr. Jay. We'll definitely answer that question. Okay, so my first question to you, Jay, my friend. What do you do now as a career?
Well, I have three companies right now.
Mhm.
One is the commercial lending, commercial investing, commercial real estate.
Mhm.
We have someone who wants to build a building, especially for multi-family, like apartments.
Mhm.
I can get the financing for that building, or someone who wants to buy one, same thing, financing for that. Or they have multiple buildings and they want to structure or restructure the debt on that and the investments on that. I can get them the financing as well as I have investors who can invest in these projects. So that's one. The
Mhm.
other company I have does a lot more with business clients. So if you want to buy a
Mhm.
business, if you want to set up a business,
Mhm.
or again restructure a business, I help a lot of people through the SBA, the Small Business Administration, from the government and through different lenders,
Mhm.
um, as well as private equity investors or private equity
Mhm.
lenders. So I'm very, very busy with that, especially with the CARES Act,
Mhm.
with coronavirus
Oh
and all that.
yeah.
And then the third thing that I do, which just keeps me very busy, I'm a maximize retirement strategist,
Mhm.
because too many people don't understand that when it comes to retirement, money works differently when you're still working and trying to build this bag of money for retirement, but then when you start to distribute that money, different. So many financial advisors don't really teach about that.
Mhm.
So my team have estate planners, tax attorneys, CPAs, and very highly seasoned financial advisors. We put together plans for our clients to make sure that their retirement is maximized, meaning that they can get the most out of their savings. So yeah, so those three things that I focus on.
Okay, very good. So since we our viewers are actually worldwide, do you consider yourself as a how do you expand your services? Is it only for the United States or can you also cater for those who are out of the country?
I actually have different investors and different investments outside of the country right now. Right now, I have projects in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on solar energy and different types of alternative energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do a lot of free consulting, free advice to people, especially the ones who are being really affected by by the coronavirus. Their income's not the same, or they
Mm-hmm.
lost their income, or if they have money, what can they do with that? So yeah, not just the U.S., but predominantly the U.S., but I do have a client, especially in Asia, some in Europe also.
Okay. So let me ask you this question because I really need to find out what kind of tell me about how you got started in the financial industry, Jay.
Good question. So I'm Filipino, so first I asked my mom, what should I be, right? My nana, what
Mm-hmm.
should I be to go to college? So, well, Filipino, so you gotta be a nurse. So
Uh-huh.
I went with nursing,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and then I realized on my first couple of days in biology,
Mm-hmm.
that I hated it. I hated biology. I hated science and
Uh-huh.
all of that. I do remember that I like numbers, but
Mm-hmm.
not just any numbers. I like numbers with a dollar sign before it.
Okay.
Okay, um, so I took financial economics in Rutgers University in New Jersey, where you are, and then from there I was graduated and I was a stockbroker in Wall Street, New
Mm-hmm.
York City. I did a lot of IPOs, which is your initial public
Mm-hmm.
offering. This was before China got big. I did, have you seen the movie The Wolf in Wall Street?
Yeah, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
so it was
You're one of
exactly like
those
that.
actors.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Okay,
exactly
that's
like that.
that's why you look
Going
familiar.
together, talking to talking to clients from different parts
Mhm.
of the world. I remember one time I was talking to the CEO of Swatch
Mhm.
Watch. You remember Swatch Watch?
Uh, I used to have one of those actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the biggest thing at that
Mhm.
back then. Yeah, he was one of my clients back then. So, but then 9/11 happened, right?
Mhm.
And I was taking the PATH train from Jersey City to World Trade Center, and then I would walk about 3 blocks to my office in Wall Street, and then sadly 9/11 happened, and the good thing I
Wow.
wasn't there. 6 months before that,
Mhm.
I had a different turn in my life.
Mhm.
Uh, and I met my beautiful wife now. Anyway, that's another story.
Mhm.
So when 9/11 happened, I started working for a company called MBNA America. MBNA America is the biggest credit card
Mhm.
and mortgage, residential mortgage back then. So I learned how to do credit. So I was the guy you would call if you wanted to apply for a big credit line, right, or credit limit. I was the guy who would deposit $200,000 in your checking account, hold
Wow.
your
Uh-huh.
credit card line of credit, things like that. Or I also spent time collecting money that was not being
Mhm.
saved. And then from there, Bank of America bought that back in 2005 for
Mhm.
$35 billion. And so in 2006, my family decided we would move to North Carolina. And I became the branch manager for Bank of America. I managed a couple of different branches. You know, they gave me the worst branch. They got to North Carolina just to test me out. Worst branch out
Uh-huh.
of 38 branches.
Wow. And would it be like an asset test on your part?
Yeah, I won in 6 months. That branch was #1 in the whole market
Really? Wow.
and #2 in the whole country
Okay.
for Bank of America. So that was the time they made me an assistant vice president, Bank of
Mhm.
America, da da da. And then after about 11 years with Bank of America, I decided to start my own company
Okay.
doing the commercial lending, business
Mhm.
lending. And then I also got my license back for to be a financial advisor,
Mhm.
financial consultant.
And these are basically the things or the jobs that led you to where you are right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the beginning, hindi ka ba nagkaroon ng second thought, why am I doing this to myself, being in a very challenging environment or situation, helping people to build their own self, especially when it comes to money matters.
That's true. That's true. I mean, a lot of people they have a lot of money, but they don't know what to do with it,
Hmm.
right? And so here I am, this young guy in my 30s, and all I was doing was just counting other people's money and making it more and more for them. That was my motivation, and it clicked in my head as well as other clients telling me projects, getting financing. But yeah, it was really scary. I'll tell you a couple of stories. One was this guy came in my branch and they wanted to buy Pace Airlines.
Hmm.
Okay, so Pace Airlines, they're the ones that own Hooters Airlines. Do you remember that Hooters
Yeah.
Airlines?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I never got to go there, but they own Hooters Airlines. And so these guys wanted to buy that airline, and the money was coming from Dubai and things like that. And it turns out that money was from like money laundering.
Hmm.
I'm
Wow.
talking about millions and
Uh-huh,
millions
yeah.
of dollars. So like that was very stressful for me for a couple of weeks. I did not get to sleep.
Hmm.
Another time was this guy came in the branch and he handed me a check, start account. I'll tell you what it was. It was
Hmm.
122,
Okay.
comma, 000,
Okay.
comma, 000.00.
Oh my
So
God.
I was just like shaking.
That's a lot.
122 million dollars in my head. Yes, it is. It is. So it turns out this guy is Oprah Winfrey's neighbor,
Uh-huh.
and he just sold his company.
Oh my God.
And blah, blah, blah. I still have his card, so I might need to give him a call and see if I can borrow a couple of dollars. Or something.
Oh, why not, right? So, um, How did you know that you were going to be happy with this career choice?
You know, MJ, I was born in the Philippines and I left when I was 10 years old. But even then, I was already like selling things out of our backyard.
Hmm.
I was selling, we had guava trees in the backyard. So
Hmm.
I would take the guava trees, I would take them to school, and I would sell them for a lot, as much as I could. I would make, do you know what FIFA is?
Yeah, of
FIFA?
course. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
most of us,
okay, you
Yeah,
know,
and then you're gonna kick it.
I think that's the Philippine national game or something.
That's right.
So I would go to the roof of our house and get the washer
Hmm.
off of it and make a sipa. So I really like business. I really like,
Hmm.
I guess, selling stuff. So the question is, what kind of business can I get into that's going to maximize my efforts?
Hmm.
And I couldn't find anything else but the financial industry. And again, like I said earlier, numbers are great, but if you put a dollar sign before it, somehow my brain cells just, oh, I know that. Oh,
Hmm.
I understand that. I understand that. Just like everybody else have a different expertise or different love for what they do, I guess numbers with a dollar sign before it makes me
Hmm.
alive.
It makes you excited. Which is
Yeah.
ito naman yung difference natin because I'm a little bit scared of numbers kaya nga I studied the different degrees. All right. Okay. So with your experience and expertise, how can you define how money or finances work to someone who doesn't know much about finance? I have to pay full attention to you because I am one of those people that really, wanted to do something else, but I really don't know how to start and where to really begin. So,
Uh, that's a good question. So let's really make it basic, right? So money, there's only a few things money can do. Okay, you can um, you can put it in the bank,
mhm,
right?
which
Get some interest,
we usually do.
right?
Most of us, I think, mga viewers natin, that's what they will usually do. Put our money in the banks, and then we feel like it's safe over there. So,
Yeah, yeah. So there's one way you can do that because it's FDIC insured. You know, you're not gonna lose your money,
mhm,
right? You can also trade that money or invest it in like stocks, buying shares of a company like Tesla
mhm,
or Apple and things like that, right?
yeah.
So hopefully those stocks, price of the stock will go up.
Okay, I don't want to cut you short with that, but
Yeah.
you did mention about the stocks. At this point in time that we're experiencing a crisis, I would say economic crisis due to the global pandemic. Do you still feel it's safe to invest on that stocks?
I'll tell you this, okay? This is how I feel about the stock market right now. And this is just my personal opinion. I'm not giving you advice.
Exactly.
Okay.
And again, I'm just listening to you as a regular viewers because I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
know and what should I do, especially at this time of crisis.
Well, of course, you want to study a little bit of what the market's doing and how all this pandemic is going to affect different companies,
Mhm.
right? For example, Amazon is going crazy right now because
Yeah.
everyone's just shopping online. Nobody wants
Mhm.
to go out.
Yes.
So naturally, Amazon will go up, right?
Mhm.
But here's the thing with other types of industries or other types of companies. I feel like and again, it's just my feeling,
Mhm.
okay? That it's almost like going to TJ Maxx
Okay.
when there's a big sale. You know, there's the TJ Maxx is already low price, but then there's a clearance
Mhm.
sale.
That's what I
Everybody's
always,
going
that's
right,
what I
right?
always say to my baby Yum Yum. Let's go over there. They're on sale. And what she always tell me,
Exactly.
they're always on sale every single day. They're on sale.
That's right. But you talk to the salespeople, when can I come here when there's really big sales? Like
Okay.
another 50% on top of this or 50% on that, top of that. Right now, that's where we are in the prices of stocks.
Okay.
So if you have a little bit of money that you can plant,
Mhm.
okay? Because that's when you want to plant because you're buying at a very low one of the lowest prices that you can get. So just to go back to what I was saying earlier, money is like uh, think of money as like a fruit that you want to somehow plant in the future to be. So think of a mango tree,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or a mango fruit. Okay, the best way to plant a mango fruit or any kind of fruit is to make that mango dry up.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of this, right?
Yes.
Or different types of plants or vegetables. They make you dry up that vegetable or that fruit, and then they take that dried up seed, and that's what they plant, and that's the one that grows really well. Follow me so far?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So imagine money as that, and
Mm-hmm.
that fruit that is still very good. You want to eat it. Mango,
Mm-hmm.
wow, it's one of my favorite fruits.
Yeah.
But if I held myself and not give in to the
Touch it.
temptation
Yeah.
of eating it
Mm-hmm.
right now, I can actually let it dry up
Okay.
and then plant it, wait a few years, and now
And then
you
you're
have
gonna
this
have
big
more.
mango tree,
Yeah.
and now you have all these mango, if unlimited mango you could ever want.
Mm-hmm.
But the key is to have the discipline to plant that seed.
Okay.
Okay, that's how money works. If you don't plant it, there's no harvest later on.
Okay.
So we like to spend.
Exactly. That's true. Especially for our young viewers. So, what can you tell our young viewers about finance and how to get ahead financially? And is there a age requirement on how you can start investing, or
Well, I'll tell you, I have clients as young as 1 year old, 1 year old,
Mm-hmm.
because their parents knew what to do. No, in fact, I think the earlier you teach your kids of how money works, right now there's no excuse. You can just Google so many things instead of watching all these things. You just Google,
Mm-hmm.
how does money work? Here's an example. Okay, so difference between simple interest on your money
Mm-hmm.
and compound interest on your money.
All right, I want to hear that. So, what is the difference between that?
Okay.
When it comes to interest, I am very interested.
All right. So I'll give you an example, okay? And this is for you, MJ. Okay, I'm going to give you a choice. I'm gonna write a check for $1 million.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll tell you, MJ, I'm gonna give you $1 million, and you can invest it, getting 10% annual percentage yield.
Mm-hmm.
So 10% annually.
Okay.
That's one choice, $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can give you $1. Okay, and I'll say $1, and that will double in value every day.
Okay.
But the key here is we're only going to invest for 1 month.
Mm.
Follow me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So which one would you take?
I think I will, kasi I'm looking for the numbers right away. That's how that's how I perceive it. So
you get to keep the money, and you get
yeah.
to keep it. What you want?
I think it's a very hard question, but I will go for the 1 million.
That's a very good answer.
Yeah, 10% of that.
Yeah. I would say no to that.
Yeah.
Right. So let's calculate it. 1 million, well, 10% is what you're going to get on that, right? So 10% annually.
Annually, it's 100. Is that 100,000, right?
Yeah, it's 100,000 for the year, but we're only investing or saving for 1 month. And I got my calculator here. So 10 divided by how many months is it? The year?
12.
Okay, so 10 divided by 12 is really 8.33%.
Okay.
For the month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so times 1 million, that's about $833,000. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
1 million. Okay, so at the end of the month, you have 1,833,000 $833,333. That's very good, right? Of course,
Yes.
you have to pay taxes on that and all that stuff. But we won't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
The dollar, and then that calculation is called simple interest. You're just getting interest on your money. Compound interest is when you get interest on top of the interest, on top of the interest, on
Mm-hmm.
top of the interest, on top of the interest. So this $1 will double every day. But the next day, that $1 will be what? $2,
Mm-hmm.
then 4, then 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and so forth and so on. Can you give me a guess of what this $1 would be after 30 days?
We only have like we're only up to here 11 o'clock, so I don't think I'll be able to give you the answer unless we're gonna extend for another 2 hours.
I'll make it quick. I actually calculated earlier. You're gonna get 536,870,912
Wow.
dollars.
No way.
If this grew, that $1 grew compoundedly every day.
Really? Wow. That's a lot.
These things, especially young people should know because young people have the most days, or the most years
Mm-hmm.
to double their money.
Exactly. That's
The
true.
question is, how do you do that? Where do you put your money that's compounding, not just simple interest?
Wow. So the right word is compounding.
Compound interest.
Compound interest. All right. For the sake of our viewers, medyo excited na ako sa narinig ko. Alam mo naman, gusto natin yan, mas marami, mas maganda, di ba? So is there a number that they can reach you? Alam ko, we're just in the half hour of our 60 minutes interview. But for those who are interested to call Mr. J, our licensed financial advisor, where they can get in touch with you?
My number, I have my New Jersey number is 201.
All right. 201.
201-988-4113.
Okay. 201-988-4113. Correct?
Yes. You can
All right.
find me on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
I'll make sure our brother gives this to us. But do I have just a couple more minutes to talk a little bit about the pandemic?
Oh, definitely, sure. Actually, if you're ready, I would have another follow-up question because a while ago we spoke about the young viewers and what to do about their finances. What about new parents and young families? What can you tell them about budgeting and buying houses, cars, and having good credit, which is in the United States is very, very important that you should have one.
So let's start with the good credit. I used to be the credit analyst and all that good stuff, right? So credit really, I was telling my daughter this, it's a way to measure how how trustworthy are you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as a credit analyst, we look for three things. One is your ability to pay, which is your salary. Okay. How much money do you make?
Okay.
Your stability, how stable are you? Do you own versus rent? Well, depending where you are, in New York or Jersey, sometimes depends for rent.
Okay.
Do you move around all the time? Do you change jobs all the time? How stable are you? And then the last thing is your willingness to pay. How willing are you to pay? And we base that based on the credit report. So all of the creditors that you have,
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not too many Macy's, but your
Mm-hmm.
Visa, your all that, they report every month how your payments are. Is
Mm-hmm.
it late? Is it on time?
On time.
How much are you paying?
Is it the minimum?
Credit is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got the question.
Yeah. Well, I'm just realizing now because in the United States, I don't know with other countries though. In the Philippines, I never had this experience that when you are in a store, you can actually apply your credit card just buying some purchase, and then every time you key in your number, your social security, they ask about the income that you have, and then they will also ask the number of years where you stayed in that home or you probably moving. So now I understand why it is very important. Ability, income.
Ability, how long you live in the place.
Okay, all right.
And then you put your credit, which is your willingness to pay. Those three things.
honestly, I don't understand all of these things, not only tonight that we are actually discussing about it. So I'm really learning a lot from it, and I'm pretty sure all of our viewers, not just in the United States but also in other countries, will feel the same way too. All right.
And then you mentioned new parents, right? New parents
Yes.
and new
Yes.
people who are
Yeah, buying houses,
newlyweds
cars.
and stuff. One of the things we like to do as newlyweds is start buying houses, which is fine, which is American dream, right? Unfortunately, we buy houses, and then oh my God, there's an empty room here, an empty room there. Oh, we need a big dining room here. We
Hmm.
need a big bedroom set here. Da 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 da. Next thing you know, and you don't have the cash to buy all these things.
Hmm. Yeah.
So you just whip out your credit card and start buying, buying, buying. Next thing you know, you have a really gigantic monthly bill for a whole bunch of bills you have to pay on top of your mortgage.
Hmm.
And you think to yourself, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Right? But, and a lot of it, it's just, no, we never had that. And you don't want to buy crappy furniture for
Uh-huh.
a nice house. So what we need to do is do it in stages. It's kind of like eating. You don't want to eat too much of the thing at one
Hmm.
time. You want to do it, be able to chew it. You want to be able to
Digest
swallow
it,
it.
yes, and
Otherwise,
digest.
you're gonna be dying and then drowning in
Hmm.
debt. Yeah, but that's what I would say to our young families out there. And also, again, the younger you are, the better it is to understand how money works going up the mountain, saving, 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 investing, and
Hmm.
going down the mountain. How does that money work when you're going down? As far as taxes, as far as Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, if there's any more Social Security. There's a lot to consider, but we need to understand that, and then simple interest, compound interest, and debt. What kind of debt is good, what's bad, things like that.
You're very well known nationally when it comes to financial matters, or consultant giving them the proper advice how to run the business or how to use their money properly. But what about the viewers outside the United States? How can they get ahead of it?
Well, let's just make it basic. Okay. So right now there's a pandemic, right? Everything is unstable. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't
Hmm.
know if we're going to have the income tomorrow or the next day, or if we already lost our jobs. So I kind of look at it like winter and summer. Inside your house, if it's winter, okay, you don't turn up the heat so high and still wear shorts.
Hmm.
Okay? You put on some pajamas and you put on long sleeve, and you kind of manage the temperature of the house. Same thing when it's the summertime. You don't turn up the AC and start wearing a jacket in the summer.
Hmm.
My point is this. Right now it's a pandemic. There's a lot of unrest in the whole world, right? This is the time when cash is king.
Hmm.
So this is not the time to be spending, spending, spending like there's no pandemic going on. This is not the time to be going crazy with Amazon. Ooh, I'm home. I'm gonna buy this, buy that, buy that, da 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 da. And every day you're just piling up these boxes that's stuck in the
I see.
garage.
Absolutely.
You can't put your car inside because there's a whole bunch of
Hmm.
Amazon stuff, right? So what you need to do is minimize your spending. So I have a list of things you can do, and this might not be everywhere, but for example, do you have a cable in the Philippines or?
Yeah, yeah, they do.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So nowadays you don't need cable anymore. You have YouTube. You have all these free things you can get online.
Yeah, they can watch MJ Make My Day on YouTube, right? They
Exactly.
just have to like and subscribe and
15
comment.
episodes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and then look how full it is.
That's true.
It's
Salamat.
entertainment. So things like that. I have to say this because I have a lot of people who work at Starbucks and
Uh,
own Starbucks.
oh,
Starbucks.
who doesn't love
And
Starbucks?
maybe you do that. You buy a Starbucks. or expensive habits that we do.
Okay.
Yeah, Starbucks coffee in the
Mhm.
US is like $5 a cup.
Which is expensive actually. So
Yeah, it's
because if you go
expensive,
for
right?
another
So
brand, it's a lot cheaper.
I was doing a talk in this university, and I saw a young lady who had a Starbucks cup on her desk. How much did you pay for that? It's $5. It's just $5.
Hmm.
Well, how many times do you get Starbucks? Only once a day.
Hmm.
Like what, 5 days a week?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Hmm.
Okay, let's calculate. All right, so I made her an example. So $500. I mean, $5 times 5 days is $100. I'm sorry, it's $25, right? A week, and then you have 4 days in a month. That's
Hmm.
$100 a month on simple coffee. Okay, and then we use the compound interest calculator. I said, Google a compound
Uh-huh.
interest calculator. If you can invest $100 a month, okay, you're now about 18. Let's
Hmm.
say for 30 years,
Okay.
$100 a month, and you're getting maybe 5-6% compound interest.
Hmm.
Do you know how much money you could have in about 30 years that you can forego your coffee? But I don't know. And nobody knows. Well, actually, it's very easy to calculate. But it's about $30,000 to $40,000. Okay,
Wow.
$30,000 to $40,000 or more, depending on how your investment is growing, just for coffee. So things like that. I would go and look at your insurances and talk to your insurance company, your car insurance, your health insurance, and find out how you can minimize your monthly outlay, the money that you're paying them every month. Maybe get a higher
Hmm.
deductible, things like that. Or maybe because of the coronavirus, are you giving any kind of leeway for your clients or for your customers because of the coronavirus? So one thing you should know, mortgage companies are allowing you not to pay for so many months during the
Hmm.
bank, right? And then they refinance that and put that at the back of the loan and things like that. But at least you have cash that month.
Hmm.
There's a lot. I mean, I could go on the list. A lot of
Go on
times
and
I
go
post
on.
this online on Facebook and say, this is how you can do this or do that. Oh, one thing for the young families,
Hmm.
and I'm very guilty of this. Buying your kids things that you did not have growing up are very dangerous because you feel
Okay.
like you have to buy them everything, but you didn't
Hmm.
have that.
Yeah,
But then they're just gonna appreciate that for like what, a few days, and now you have this big bill, this big debt
that's true. Mhm.
that you have to
Yeah.
pay for. So things like that. There's so many ways to really tighten up the belt during this pandemic.
Okay.
And then, lastly, there's a lot of opportunities right now to
Hmm.
make money. You need to be
Hmm.
creative in making money. I know a couple that started selling religious stuff online.
Okay.
22 years old to that. Okay,
Uh-huh.
you know how much money they made so far this year?
How much? I would like to find out.
$300,000.
Wow. That's a lot. A lot of money. Yeah.
They had to ask me, so what can I do so I don't have to pay that much in taxes? So stuff like that. You don't just open your mind. You can reduce your expenses and maximize your income just by being creative right now.
All right. Actually, Jay, our conversation is getting more interesting as we go on. I have a question for you. How do you know if you're saving enough, or how do you know if you're saving too much money? But before you answer that, I would like to say hi to all our viewers from Facebook. Okay. So to Amira Allah. Hi, Amira. Thank you very much for watching. And we have a show on Sunday at Overpeck. Please, 2 to 5 p.m. po yan. We're doing a virtual show in the celebration of Fafi. Tita Ludi Yus, how are you doing? And kamusta po kayo? Yes. And also to Tita A, Angelita Gonzalez from the Philippines. To my friend Jamila Joan Chavez, thank you very much for supporting. Kay, I would like to say hi also to Dr. Aza Etsat, and she's one of our hosts with Dr. Lisa Blanchfield. Dr. Aza is one of the hosts of the Glass Half Full, which is aired every third Friday of the month for MJ Make My Day. And I would also like to say hi to Priscilla Hanson, to DG Star Powers, and Archie Deliger. All right. So, and also sa ating usapang kali, ang dami nating viewers, Jay. So,
Thanks for watching. I
all right.
hope you're learning something.
I'm pretty sure they're learning a lot from you, Jay. To Orlin, to Sherry Wilford Nicholas, thank you for watching. Sammy Tumbaga Agasa, Jose Barata, watching. Gerlin Destacamento and Madel Jamie are watching also. Meldo Herrera, Teresita Tomaco, Romeo Belen, Raquel Alongdila, Fatima Alvarado. You know, we have like 30,000 viewers from Usapang Kalye. Pag binasa natin to, about 2 days natong babasahin tong mga to. Okay, baka magtampo si Margie Gonzalez is watching. She's enjoying the conversation, Jay. Just to let you know. Raymond Buka, yeah. Raymond Buga Gumama, Merky Richard, Sentang Lawrence De Santos, Baguio, Elizabeth Panganiban. Yan. Sobrang dami. Okay, mamaya, babasahin natin lang. Okay, my hanging question for you, Jay. Jay Capistrano, for those who just tune in, is our special guest for the MJ Make My Day 16th episode, and he's a licensed financial advisor. So my question to you before I started greeting our friends, how do you know if you're saving enough? How do you know if you're saving too much? Parang sa akin yan eh. Every time yeah, every time I got my salary, I always, save a portion of that. Hindi masyadong malaki, pero ano ba yung tama?
Good question. So, money, think of money as a worker for you. Let's say you have $1,000. Those are 1,000 different workers.
Mm-hmm.
And each dollar has a specific job. Okay? Not everybody is working with the same job. They have a specific job. So when we get paid a salary, we should know how much of this money is doing what job for you. Paying your mortgage, paying this, paying that, and that job, right? Now you need to figure out, because some people tell me, I don't want to talk about the future. I don't want to talk, I have one life to live. I want to live my best life. Right or left, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, that's true.
Hashtag living my best life, right? But then you don't have anything for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know if our life is balanced, right? So going back to the money and the workers, and also as we are growing older and older, we know that we have specific abilities. Okay, so for a lot of people who have kids, you know that you have a responsibility for your kids. How much do they need for growing up, or maybe for college? How much do I need for my mortgage payment, or how much do I need for my car payments, and right? And then of course you need to have money for health insurance.
Okay.
Right. Hopefully life insurance. So there's actually a calculator that we use, and we plug in all of your numbers.
Okay.
How much money is coming in? How much is going out? To who? To where? How much money are you putting in your 401k or the this, that? And then at the end of it, it should be a 1-to-1 ratio between your current life and your future life. So it's more of a complicated question, but I think there's a way to figure out, okay, as long as I have enough money for this, then I'm okay to splurge today or this weekend. Oh, I can buy this Yukon Denali that I want, or whatever, this Mercedes Benz that I want. Okay? But you have to understand and you have to accept everything on the table. Okay, I'm spending a lot today, which means I'm not going to have enough later. Going back to planting the seed. If I spend it today, I'm not planting the seed for later. As long as are you okay with that? It's up to you. But a lot of people don't understand that. Or they save too much for later, and they're not living life today.
Exactly.
And they have all this regret. And then they're fighting at home. Oh, I didn't get to buy what I wanted to buy. That's okay. For me. I'm just gonna put all everything on my 401k, or that's not healthy either at all. So
That's
that's to
true.
be a
And,
balance.
and you deprive yourself from being happy to and having a quality of life as well.
Yeah, very important is to have a quality of life every stage of your life, not just this life, but tomorrow and the following day,
And
the
the fun.
following day.
You know what? We only have like 6 minutes to go. I'm getting a
Oh
lot of
my God, I'm
cool.
so
Yeah, I
sorry.
know. Definitely, we should do a part of this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, may mga question time, mga follow up, but I'm gonna ask you these two very important question because you only like 6 minutes to go. Number one question, dun sa ating two last question bago natin siguro we can still get one more question from our viewers. But I would like to ask you first. This is from John Ray. How come the rich keeps being rich and the poor are staying poor? Ayan, alam ko, a lot of people can
That is
relate
a
to that question.
powerful question.
Yeah.
So here's the reality of it all. Okay, everybody has the same rules and regulations of money.
Mhm.
There's so many tax codes. Okay, but it applies to everybody if you know about it. If you know how to apply it within yourself. So one thing that the rich people do and the rich people have,
Mhm.
one is they understand how money works. They know about the compound interest. They know where to put their money, what kind of investments they should do. They know that buying stuff, uh, flashy stuff, that's not, they don't care about that. There are a lot of simple people, but they know how money works. Or if they don't have enough time, they hire financial advisors, they hire the best
Like you.
CPAs, the best attorneys, and that's how they're able to save a lot on taxes. I think last year, Jeff Bezos or Amazon did not pay any. Was it last year or the year before that they did not pay any taxes, even though they made billions of dollars?
Yeah, how they can, I don't want to use the word, how can they get away with this? Because these people are billionaires, but, paying a little or not even paying taxes. So,
Right. So, but that's the thing. That's in the tax code.
hmm
That's in the United States tax code.
in fact, Jay, yeah,
We don't know.
yeah,
We don't know those rules.
in fact,
That's why the poor keeps getting poorer because we don't know the rules that the rich knows.
mhm.
That's what it is. It's knowledge and application and discipline.
Yeah. In fact, we do have a question over here. Is there anything else I can do to reduce my income taxes? Is that possible?
There is a lot of ways. There's a lot of programs. We don't have enough time for that, but I'll tell you that in the United States, I was telling MJ earlier, the Uncle Sam's favorite child are the ones who have businesses.
Okay.
Because the ones who have the businesses can do a lot of tax write-offs. Okay, these are the guys who go on trips, who buy the nice things because they can write it off. So one thing we need to know is how can we have a side business owner? How can we be an entrepreneur? How can we be a business owner where you can do that? You can do it while you have a job or whatever. That's just one thing. That you have the Roth IRA, have different programs that again the rich understands that they apply. That's why taxes are lower. I'm working a lot with doctors right now how to minimize their taxes. Different things like that. There's a lot.
Okay, I think we should discuss that next time.
Yeah.
All right, but this is the last question. We only have like 2 more minutes to go. Yeah, not yet. I'm probably going to extend a little bit longer than that. But I would like to ask you this question: during this pandemic, where can we get help with our finances, and what can we do to cut back?
Okay, so earlier I talked a little bit about how you can cut back. You gotta look at your budget, the things that you pay. Look at your credit card bill. Look at your debit card transactions. Where are you spending your money? And you have to figure out the wants and the needs. Is this a want or do you really need it? Okay, if it's just a want and you can you live without it, put it aside a little bit. Then let's look at the needs. Am I being efficient in the things that I have,
Mhm.
like I said, the life insurance, the car insurance, what kind of car do I have? The things that you're spending on,
Mhm.
see if you can minimize that right now. Okay. Now, at the same time, the government is spending billions and trillions of dollars to help us. Right. We need to understand and Google how the CARES Act works. You know, who qualifies for what, right? There's more money coming in. Hopefully, they're going to approve it. When is that going to come? What can I do with that money? Am I just going to spend it, or can I plant that money, or can I get rid of some debt? You just have to take yourself, the emotional self out of it, and just use your head, and you're going to be so far ahead after this
Mhm.
pandemic is over.
Okay. All right. So, any,
So,
I know, I can't believe it. I feel like we're just talking for like only
10
few,
minutes.
yeah, 10 minutes, but we already used
Yeah.
all of our 60 minutes. So I know our viewers has a lot of questions. Before I can ask for your parting words, and please promise that you're going to be back next time. And I think this is a very engaging conversation, and I hope that our viewers from YouTube, from Facebook, and also from Usapang Kaya can also participate and join us. Maybe what I can do next time, I can actually give them the code to our Zoom meeting conversation. In that way, we can also get them involved during our live feed conversation. Okay. All right. So let me
Yeah.
say hi also to Elizabeth Panganiban and Blue Job Jobs James. Denmark Macabenta is watching. Mia Kalikaba, ayan, Manga Mendoza is also watching. Baju Diokino, thank you very much for watching. Ramil Nebasa, Alan Diera Paiba, and Bye Lorraine. Liam Kenzie Sabino, Rochelle de la Cruz, Jan Prudential, Nestor de Guzman is watching. Katie, Antonio, there you are, Pamela, Oren, Neil Albert. All
Antonio.
right. Yes, Rigor, Ella Cielo, Sai de los Santos, SL, Edwin. Next time, I'm going to make our show 2 hours, and I'm going to spend time an hour just for what, for reading their comments and their names. All right. Dun sa hindi po,
We need 5 minutes to
I know. I
okay.
think they should. Ito po si Jay is not only a wonderful, a great financial advisor, but he's also very talented. So next time they probably gonna see that the other side of Jay Capistrano, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to give you this the floor to invite our viewers, because I know you'll be hosting the biggest Filipino celebration in the country. So please take this opportunity to invite everybody to see you.
Well, it's not the biggest, but in the U.S. we have a lot of Filipino association, and we also have NAFA, which is the National
Stands for
Federation of
Philippine.
Filipino Association
Mhm.
in the U.S. We have representations in D.C. and things like that. Every state has a different chairman, and I'm the chairman for North Carolina. I will be hosting the Southern, the Napa Southern, it was near the spot, but there's a big conference tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
We were supposed to have it in Savannah,
Wow.
Georgia, but because of the pandemic, we're doing it virtually. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we have this big conference online as well.
Very good. All right. At syempre, if you're now doing anything on Sunday between 2 to 5 p.m., makakasama po natin si Mr. Adam Jacobs. Kung kayo po ay nanood ng Broadway show na Aladdin, at syempre si Ms. Leah Salonga ang nagpasikat ng kanta niya, at saka si Brad Kane. Si Mr. Adam Jacobs naman po ang original Aladdin ng Broadway Aladdin show. Makasama po namin siya ng aking kapatid na si Amira. At syempre, andyan din ang utol mo, si Mr. JC. Ayan, kasama natin yan. Okay, so I'm giving you 2 more minutes to for any parting words, any advice sa ating viewers, and magbabalik po si Mr. J. Capistrano next time, and nakakabitin ng interview nito.
My number is free, okay? So give me a call, 201-988-4113.
201-988-4113.
I have a lot of different emails. You can email me at easiest one is financial.capistrano, my last name,
Okay.
Capistrano
Mhm.
Finance is not as difficult as you think it is. I really try to make it simple and basic because it's not. It shouldn't be. It
Mhm.
shouldn't be hard to understand, and it's scary for a lot of people. It's
Mhm.
really basic.
And that is
So
exactly how I feel when it comes to finances. I'm a little bit up, skeptical or scared about, especially with numbers and how am I going to do about it. So
yeah, yeah. 'Cause you shouldn't be scared with money. It's like I'm scared of needles. So, but I'm sure you're not because you're in the healthcare profession,
I am. Yeah.
right? So
Any social media platforms that they can easily find you, Mr. Jacob Estrano?
yeah, so Jay Capistrano at LinkedIn. Okay. Also Facebook, Capistrano J. You can find me there. You can send me a message, and I'll just see if we can get on the phone or do a quick chat. Most of the things I do, 95% of the things I do, I don't charge. Okay, because
Mhm. Good.
there's all this knowledge that I accumulated in my head does not do anything.
Mhm.
Okay, my challenge to you is to be a channel of blessings. Okay, all that knowledge, all that resources that you have, give it to be a channel of
Mhm.
blessings. So that's what God created you to do.
Amen.
Amen.
I didn't like that. All right. So live from North Carolina, you have just seen Mr. Jacob Estrano. At syempre po, live from New Jersey. Once again, my name is MJ, and you just seen the 16th episode of MJ Make My Day. Thank you very much,
Woo!
everybody. And I would like to say thank you again. Thank you, Mr. Jacob Estrano. And also sa ating executive producer, my baby Yam Yam. At syempre, wag natin kalimutan, 1120 consultants. There's no small or big event with 1120. 1120, your events will always be incredible. One more time, everybody, a big round of applause for Mr. Jay Capistrano. All right, Jay, so we'll see you next time. Thank you very much again, everybody. Good night po sa New Jersey at syempre good morning naman po sa Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
All right, good morning.